pass it to Arena to talk about community and engagement.
All right, so I know that all of you are registered for classes already and also maybe are quite familiar with some of the policies that Meiren has talked about. I just want to encourage if anything you heard seems surprising or unexpected, definitely let us know. You can put any questions that you have in the chat and we'll answer them at the end. So for the next section, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to build community, how to connect with others at Duke, and how to get engaged in whatever types of activities that you might be most interested in. Um, I should say too, all of our sessions are here to help you guys. So we want you to make the most of your semester at Duke. We want you to leave Duke not feeling like all you did was go to class and you learned a lot of things sort of in the classroom, but that was it because time is short. And so the more you are proactive about kind of how and what you want to connect with, the more we think you can be successful in those ways. So we'll talk a little bit about Duke and DKU students that you can connect with while you're here, just to give you a sense of the community you have, as well as Duke faculty and ways to connect with them. We'll talk about some course-related opportunities and research that may get you sort of engaged beyond the classroom. So opportunities where you're still perhaps earning credit or sort of doing academic work, but in ways that may be beyond a course. And then we'll talk about some fun things, including a variety of events, some of which are actually of more professional nature, and some of which are just cultural fun events, social, and as well as academic, athletics rather, and recreation at Duke, which you probably know. We have a pretty busy athletic life on campus. So with that, we can go to the next slide. So in case you don't know this already, your cohort for fall, this will be our 11th cohort of DKU students coming to Duke. We are excited to meet each and every group. So it doesn't mean much to us. It just means that we've been doing this for some time. But to give you a sense, we have or we expect 220 students in your cohort. Quite a large number being from China, and then 11 students from the US and 14 from other locations around the world. We're excited to meet each and every one of you. Um, Events will be organized for you as a cohort by our office. So the Duke Office of DKU Relations, in case any of you were not here yesterday, DODR is the acronym for our office, or DODR. We put on a lot of events that we think will serve this particular group of students well. We're always welcoming of suggestions and ideas. So if you think of something that, as a group, you all might enjoy, feel free to let any of us know. We again organize quite a number of things, but want to make sure that they are relevant. We'll talk a bit about KSAC. It is our student group known as Kunshan Student Ambassador Council, or KSAC. It's a group that has members both at Duke and at DKU. And they also coordinate with other student groups on campus. So there will be a lot of activities that are organized just for your group. We encourage you to take advantage of those as a way to connect with others in your cohort. Some of these events will also be attended by other Duke students, so they will give you an opportunity to connect with students beyond your immediate group. DKU at Duke, spelled in that way, is our Instagram, and you will find things listed on there. If you are on Instagram or it's something that you are interested in, we encourage you to take a look there. We will post things occasionally, and KSAC has their own Instagram as well. Um, in addition, we'll talk about our newsletter as a way for you to stay connected and learn more. And then every cohort that comes to Duke, we have a WeChat group for so that we can post things for you guys quickly in a timely manner, as well as for you guys when you have questions or when you want to connect with one another or with our team, you are more than welcome to put things on there. And you can see the QR code here. If you haven't already joined, I encourage you to do so. So just a little bit about Duke students to give you a sense of the size of our student body on campus. We have a little over 6,500 undergraduates. At Duke, it grows a little bit every year, but that gives you a sense of the size of our campus. We are by US private institutions, I would say a mid-size university. There are much bigger schools in the US and also much smaller liberal arts type schools. Duke is fairly comfortable in terms of you'll get to know enough people, but you also will not be like, in 2 weeks you've met everybody and now you kind of feels like a small village. So about 12% of our undergraduates are international students, really from all over the world, kind of like a DKU in that sense. And then we also have about 11,000 graduate students. That's a larger population than our undergrad body. Many of the graduate students are in Pratt, so that is our engineering school as well as other professional schools. And this actually includes a growing number every year of former DKU students, so DKU alums. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move through. But this gives you a sense of the size of our community here on campus. And in terms of majors, if you are in computer science, econ, biology, these are our largest currently majors. If you're taking classes in those areas, you might be prepared for pretty large sections in some cases. Seminars will be small. If you have a CS lecture, you might expect 100 or even 200 students, same in econ. Biology, because a lot of our pre-med students are in biology, is also very large. So you'll be in great company in any major that you might be taking or subject that you might be taking classes in at Duke, but these are our largest as of last year. So just briefly about student leadership and student groups that are specifically related to DKU. Some of you here are KSOPs, and we are hugely grateful every semester to the work that you do and to the community that you help us build with the cohort. For those of you not yet familiar, KSOPs are the Kunshan Student Orientation Peers. So these are our orientation leaders who will lead campus tours and other activities for you all to get familiar with campus. KSOPs this semester are all DKU students. We do invite both DKU and Duke students in this group. They all become members of KSAC, which is our larger student group dedicated to integrating Duke and DKU students across campus, organizing cross-campus events and other such. So keep that in mind if you are interested in KSAC beyond your semester at Duke. We very much encourage you to reach out. In addition, there will be a group fair early in the fall semester. This does not happen in the spring, but for those of you who are here in the fall, you will have the opportunity to go and check out basically all of the large student groups on campus. So if you are interested in connecting with any of them, this will be the opportunity to learn about their activities and types of things that they do. The Duke Group's website, which you see listed here, is where all of our Duke student groups list their events. So pretty much on any given day, there will be activities, some of more kind of academic nature, speakers, performances, and so forth. And you will find those listed on Duke groups, and you can sign up for things through there. Some Duke student groups also post their events on Facebook or Instagram. So if you become interested in any particular thing, whether it's dance or I don't know, math, you can find things advertised. So I encourage you to sign up and follow those that are of interest, so you always know what's going on. So we listed here just a few of the larger groups so that you are aware of them. DUU is the Duke University Union. It's the largest student group that organizes events and activities on campus, and we're talking about really, really large events. Do Arts is an umbrella organization for all arts-related groups. So for those of you interested in anything performance, theater, photography, documentary study, things like that, even moving image, so video, etc., you might find activities with Do Arts. DPS is the Durham Public Service group, and so they organize volunteering and other opportunities in Durham. If you know that you want to get off campus and find service opportunities, I encourage you to check them out. Their events tend to fill out pretty quickly because they require a little bit more coordination with organizations off campus. And then CSA is the Chinese Student Association. If you are interested in connecting with students from China or who have an interest in China beyond DKU students, check them out. IA is the International Association, so that is a group also dedicated to all things international. There are plenty of US students in either of these groups. So think of them not just as, China specific or international specific, but also US students who are interested in those types of events. So quickly, in terms of connecting with Duke students more in an academic way, there's some opportunities listed here, or rather some resources where you can find opportunities. ARC is the Academic Resource Center, similar to the one you are familiar with at DKU. They have an opportunity for students to connect if they wish to study together. So say you're in a class and you're enjoying the subject matter and you'd rather not do the work on your own, you want to connect with others, you can put your information there and they will connect you with other students who share an interest. So that can be a way to, I don't know, connect with others who may be in a different section of your class. I encourage you, especially if you feel like you're not meeting people or in the first few weeks of class, you're sort of still sticking with your same friends, consider some of these opportunities just as a way to kind of expand your network. SAGE are study groups for STEM courses. They are great if you find the material difficult and/or if you're really good at something and you want to help others in a particular subject matter. Again, think of this as a way to expand your network, but also to get some study done with others who share your interest. The peer success leaders at Duke have been around forever. Their names as a group has changed quite a bit over time, but these are upperclassmen with a lot of knowledge of academic subjects and course related information at Duke. So if you find yourself stuck, not sure which class between two might be better, or I don't know, I heard some scary things about a professor, I need some information, that would be a great place to turn. And I think there are at least 10 of them every year. You can reach out to individual students based on their major or based on whatever factor that appeals to you, and they will get back to you with if you have questions about courses at Duke. I won't spend too much time here, but our identity centers at Duke, there's quite a number. I encourage you, if any of the names here sound like something that you might be interested in, to just search for them on the Duke website. It will take you to student affairs, and you will be able to find videos introducing all of these centers. Um, Identity centers are great, again, at connecting with others who share an interest, in this case, maybe based on cultural affinity or other identities. They are a great way to make friends. They have events, in some cases weekly, in some cases, less frequently, but it gives you another group of students. I just will highlight DISC, the International Student Center. For those of you who attended yesterday's sessions, Kelsey mentioned that we do partner with DISC for some of our larger events every semester. So typically, in that case, you will have DKU students attending as well as Duke undergraduate and graduate students. So plenty of opportunities, again, to meet friends who are either from elsewhere or interested in international things at Duke. So this is a little bit different. This is not about something that is in place at Duke, but about an opportunity for you all to share something that you want to share with the Duke community. Um, we partner with departments on campus and invite you that if you want to share your language, if you have a unique skill that you think you're good at, or maybe not an expert at, but nonetheless you like to share. We have a brief survey, and this is your opportunity to say, I'd be happy to go teach chess, or I'd be happy to go demonstrate calligraphy or talk to a class about my country, traditions, language, etc. We love doing this, so anything that comes to mind, we're always eager for DKU students to become part of the Duke community, and also to do that by giving something as opposed to attending events and sort of immersing as guests. In this case, the language. Chinese language department in particular is very eager to have you guys go and I don't know, help in a class or attend one of their events that are more hands-on, like a cooking class or a visit somewhere. So anyway, take the survey if you're interested, and be patient. Give us a little bit of time to figure out how best to make use of those skills, but definitely encourage you to take advantage. Okay, so Duke faculty, you'll have to make a bit more of an effort at Duke to connect with Duke faculty compared to DKU, simply as a matter of size. Our campus is bigger, our student numbers are higher, our faculty numbers are higher. So it's not to say that people don't want to connect with you. In fact, the opposite. I would say DKU students have a fantastic reputation with Duke faculty. People here know that you all are brilliant, and they're excited to connect with you in and outside of class. Just know that you will have to be proactive to make that happen. Faculty you take classes with will be a little bit easier because you always have opportunities to say hello after class and or express that you're interested in their work. But beyond that, every department, so for example, biology, you would type biology.duke.edu. That takes you to the department website. And every department has a list of people. Typically, that includes both administrators as well as faculty. So you can find professors listed there along with their research and academic interests. This is a great way to identify who you might want to connect with, even if it's just for coffee or if you want to tap them for research opportunities, etc. So this can be a place to start. Um, Professors all have office hours and they are welcoming of students going and attending those. My recommendation is one, definitely take advantage, but also if you go do a little bit of research, so go prepared to talk about any particular individual's work, research, why you're interested in meeting with them or talking with them. And if you have a particular ask, such as please connect me with somebody who dot dot dot, or do you have research opportunities or any other opportunities, be prepared with those questions so that you use your time wisely. So in Duke Hub, you can also identify faculty that you might be interested in based on class searches. So just like you search for classes that you might take, if you see a class that seems like really interesting, the topic, the synopsis of a course, but you just don't have time or space for it in your schedule, you could still reach out to professors and connect with them. The Scholars website, scholars.duke.edu, which if you search through that, you will find both Duke and DKU professors, is another great way to identify professors based on a particular interest. You can search there by keyword, by region of the world, etc. So these are just some places or some ways that you might identify people. As staff, we are more than happy to help you with this as well. So if you tell us I'm interested in, I don't know, air quality, most likely one of our staff can direct you at least to resources, if not to particular professors. So finally, Muser is the website where Duke faculty post research opportunities. Muser is searchable, and for every single semester, there are opportunities that you apply for. Check it out when you have some time so you can see how it works. And if you do find something posted there that you think you're interested in, apply early because most positions will have space for, let's say, 1 or 3 students, or it will be listed so you'll have an idea. But typically, these are highly applied for or coveted opportunities. So if you're a good fit for something and you're interested, go ahead and apply. So Flunch, I understand exists at DKU now as well. So again, apply early. This is well organized at Duke. You do not have to, but the money will not come from your pocket is how I should put this. Faculty do fill their schedules quickly. So if you invite somebody, again, say why you're interested in talking to them, and know that people are quite willing. So don't be shy about asking. Yeah. Okay. So for the next few slides, we'll talk about things more sort of beyond people. So we talked about connecting with students, connecting with faculty. Let's say you're not doing that for one reason or another, but you're still interested in jobs or finding other types of projects that get you a little bit outside the classroom. For work, the most important thing, especially with having a highly international cohort this semester, know that everything that you may want to do should be approved by DVS. So if you are offered a position, if you identify something that you're interested in, DVS will have to put their stamp on it, and it's typically a pretty quick process, and most positions are approved as long as they make sense for you in terms of being connected with your academics or in terms of meeting the criteria of being part-time during the academic year. So Ask us for help is probably the most important thing that I would say if you feel like you're stuck and you really, really want to do something and you're not finding your way to it. The link here for JobX is where all Duke student employment is posted. So for things that you might do during the semester, it's a little bit easier. You could work part-time, say at the library or the bookstore or the coffee shop or whatever makes sense to you, and you will find lots of positions advertised. Um, Anything that would happen outside of the semester is a little bit more complicated because it would have to be approved as academic training. Um, you will probably see some positions listed as work study, and it's important to know that DKU students are not eligible for work study. So this is tied to federal funding, where departments receive some support to hire students. However, because DKU is not approved for US federal work grants, DKU students are not eligible for work study. So if you apply for a position and you're asked, you should answer no, you do not have work study. In some cases, that may be a factor in whether you receive a position or not. In many cases, it will not be. So don't let that stop you from applying, I would say. Finally, I will direct you to Canvas. Yesterday, we showed a little bit of the site. In Canvas, we have several modules organized for you all to find information about your semester at Duke. There is a great little video there about how to identify work opportunities, and we also work closely with the Career Center at Duke to provide guidance for you all. So we know this is important and we're here to support you. We also know that academics has to come first. So if your classes leave time for you and you want to pursue something beyond that, just ask for help or use the resources. Don't feel like this is not doable, because it may take some time, but it's totally doable and in many cases very worthwhile as well. For research, Muser, which is listed here and I mentioned briefly before, is where you will find a lot of positions listed. Beyond that, there are lots and lots of other ways to identify opportunities, and we have a resource that is just a dedicated sheet about research at Duke in Canvas as well. So find that, maybe download it. Maybe you're not thinking about this all as of now before coming to Duke, but once you arrive on campus, if that becomes of interest, I highly encourage you to use the resource. So for the semester research program, some of you may be familiar with, you would probably have applied, but if not, find the email that was sent by Dean Jung, and you can reach out to him with any questions about that. I'm gonna pause here maybe before we move to events and speakers and other fun things that we'll talk about, just to go through questions that we've received and see if I can answer anything in terms of academics and or connecting with faculty, research, etc. Imagine if I miss anything, just help me out. So there's a question here about a class permission from the instructor. Do you want to talk about this? How to obtain a permission number?
Sorry. I don't think I see the question. Maybe it's a direct message to you.
Okay, it is. I wanted to take EGR 101, which says you can enroll with permission from the instructor. I've emailed them and sent follow-up emails, and there hasn't been a reply. What should I do? So it might be helpful to put a link. Again, I linked the advising guide before, but this is where it can be a little bit tricky because if you find information in Duke Hub or on the policies website for Trinity, some of the policies that and or ways of doing things, I should say, that apply for Duke students can be a little bit different than what happens for DKU students. So the answer to this is in the academic guide. Click on the link before, and in that you will find information about obtaining permission numbers. So start with that. If you still have difficulty, let us know. But this is really important, actually, and Marian talked about it a little bit briefly as well. So there's a different system for DKU students to get permission numbers. It typically happens quite quickly once you follow the appropriate instructions. Flunch, yes, Flunch is great. In a minute, once we go through all the slides, we'll go ahead and introduce Edison if you all didn't get to meet him yesterday, and maybe he can tell you his experience with Flunch. It is a great opportunity to sit down with a professor in a more casual way and get to know things, even if they may not be the best resource or best fit for you to partner with for anything. People know people and will connect you. So definitely do that. If I'm on the wait list and I'm number one on a wait list, can I audit for the first 1 or 2 weeks? So this is really important. You absolutely should attend class for the first week for any class that you are waitlisted for and you are serious about getting into. So like Megan said, the way add drop works at Duke is in the first week, you can add things very freely. You change your schedule, you drop, you make changes entirely on your own. During the second week of add drop, um, a professor has to approve in order for you to add a class. And typically they do that if you have attended the class and they know that you are sort of caught up with the content and know what the class is. So attending classes is absolutely encouraged and recommended. If it's a class that you're number 20 on the wait list, then it will likely not happen, although it can still happen in some cases. They do add seats in some classes. That can be less important, but I would say anything that you really hope to get into, go ahead and attend class. So that is a great question. Do grad level courses count toward GPA? So I would say for this, also refer to the advising guide just to make sure you understand you are able to take grad level courses. You receive just one credit for them. So even if a class is listed, you'll see it in Duke Hub listed as 3 credits, but when an undergraduate takes that class, it only counts as 1 credit. So just to make sure you understand how that's calculated, I would say look at the advising guide, and if you still have questions, you can contact Office of Global Education at DKU, so you know exactly how that class will transfer back to DKU. Will all the midterms or exams be scheduled within one specific week, or does each course have its own set of exam times? This is a great question. There are times for midterms at Duke, but I would say because our courses, unlike a DKU where you have the 7 weeks, with courses running for a long stretch of the entire semester, basically, professors do schedule things. There will be quizzes all the time scheduled whenever they choose. So I would be prepared that there will be midterms that are more or less around the same time, but also that there will be kind of other tests along the way, and those do not necessarily overlap between classes. Um, Let me go through the next few slides, and then we can come back and I'll invite Eric to answer some of these questions from a student perspective. Edison, I meant, just to give you a student perspective on this as well. Okay, so events and workshops and speakers and all the other fun things that happen on campus. Um, Hopefully you all are familiar with the DKU at Duke newsletter, which in the summer before you arrive on campus, we send every couple of weeks or so just to send you some information to get ready. During the semester, our newsletter is weekly, and we spend quite a bit of time thinking through what is a good fit for you guys in terms of what goes on campus. So if we know there's a speaker, I don't know, on artificial intelligence, and that's a popular topic for everyone, right? We will put that in the newsletter. If there's a speaker on Chinese policy or something like that, that again might be really popular for our students, will include it. Most things that are fun and open to all students, wellness events, athletics, games, things like that, you will often find listed as well. So the other thing in our newsletter, as you probably have seen so far, is reminders of things that are upcoming. So deadlines, policies, academic timeline, things like that. I highly encourage you, even if you just quickly browse through it, don't not open the newsletter because you may miss things that are important. So use it whatever way you want, but know that we do post a lot of things for you in there. The Duke White calendar is at calendar.duke.edu. So if you want even more activities, you can always look through that and find what else is going on campus. Again, pretty much on any given day. A lot of events offer food or snacks. So I know a lot of students go to things that maybe not 100% interested in, but interested enough if there is great food and an opportunity to connect with others. I mentioned the groups, Facebook and Instagram for student group organized activities. Again, there's always something going on campus. And once you find the things that matter most to you, you connect with those, and there will always be events. In terms of listservs and newsletters from other departments, most departments or areas on campus have their own. So for example, if you're interested in statistics, go to the statistics website, and there will be somewhere on there a link to sign up for their listserv. And that just means that you will receive emails from them regularly. They do post their events, and pretty much every department organizes things for their students. So even if you're not in that particular major or a full-time student at Duke, don't be shy about attending, because that's how you learn and connect with others. I think a lot of the students who were very successful attending graduate school at Duke are students who took advantage of these opportunities and connected early on and found friends within departments. So highly recommend being proactive in that way. The shortlist, just FYI, I believe that all students are signed up for it automatically, is a weekly newsletter. It's sent by Duke Academics. So it's Monday or Tuesday, and it just tells you what goes on that week. It's usually very short form, therefore the name. So you can read it, or you can just be aware that you will probably receive it. Do Well, Kelsey talked about yesterday, and Duke Arts Create are opportunities to find out about sort of hands-on activities if you're into painting, stamping, making things with your hands in a way that is usually fun and relaxing. I encourage you to attend. It's usually very low key with food or tea or something, just opportunities really to unwind and sometimes to learn a new skill. So keep an eye out for those. And then recreation.duke.edu and goduke.com are the websites where you will find information about our gyms, our PE classes, our wellness classes, yoga, biking, whatever you might be interested in. There's probably an opportunity to do at Duke. So I again encourage you if your schedule allows to take advantage. Um, and as far as games, Duke students, including you guys, will get free access. So um, take advantage if you've never been to a basketball game when they start later in the semester. If you like soccer, go to these things because they're fun and they're a way to learn just a little bit of a different part of campus and our culture here at Duke. So um, I think that is it. Okay. Um, so very briefly, this is a document you'll find in our resource for incoming students. It's organized with different folders, and each of them has lots of different things in them that will be helpful for your semester at Duke. Thriving at Duke is its own module. So it's a document where we invite students at the end of the semester to add tips, resources. You will see the questions listed here. KSAC, so Duke and DKU students help with these questions as well. So take a look. You may find some tips or information that we hadn't put anywhere else or that we hadn't thought to share with you. And this is all coming directly from students. So also please keep this in mind when you leave at the end of the semester. We'll ask you to share helpful tips with the next cohort. Okay, so that's it. Let's go ahead and go back to questions. And Edison, my apologies. Go ahead and introduce yourself whenever you're ready. And then if you want to help answer any of these questions, we can go through them together again.
Okay, thank you, Arena. For those who don't know, for those who weren't here yesterday, my name is Edison. I'm a rising junior at Duke's Durham campus, and I am originally from Suzhou, China. So for a lot of you, really great to see you all, and you spend way more time in my hometown than I did in the past few years. So love to meet all of you. So on campus, I will share my contact information in the chat after I introduce myself, but I am involved in a bunch of organizations, including KSAC, the Queensland Student Ambassador Council. We are a group of Duke students who are interested in connecting with the DKU students, really setting up building the bridge between the two sides. And I think it's going to be very important in the upcoming year. And we look forward to helping you with the experience and also learning from your DKU experience. Whatever questions you have, feel free to send it in the chat. I'm very happy to answer. And if you have other questions, I'll put my contact information in the group chat. You can always connect with me on WeChat, US phone number, or email or Instagram. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Edison. So I'm gonna try to go back if there's any question that we have not answered or that we didn't fully answer. Feel free to bump it in the chat. And if you have questions that you did not post so far, you are welcome to just go ahead and do that or just come off mute and feel free to ask. At this point, we're here to help with anything specific that may be broadly applicable or that is just related to your particular situation. So any and all questions are welcome. We do know that most of you are registered for classes, but if you have any hesitation, if you're still thinking or unsure, please go ahead and take advantage of this time. So while we do that, I want to go back to drop add just to clarify, because our semester is long, drop add at Duke is 2 weeks. So the first 2 weeks of classes, you will receive reminders from us that that's happening. I always encourage students to really take advantage of that period. So if you're in a class that just doesn't feel right, or you're unsure that you're at the right level, or just for any reason doesn't work for you, don't be shy about making a change to your schedule, but do be proactive. So again, attending class during the first week, both if you're on the wait list and also if you just think, okay, I signed up for um, a finance class, but I think I'm actually more interested in a different econ class. If you think you will be able to get into that class just based on space, which you will see listed in Duke Hub, go ahead and attend. Attend once, attend twice. Professors won't mind that you're there, and you can just say, I'm thinking about it if they ask you. But anyway, take advantage because that may be your opportunity to kind of correct your schedule, and there's no need to kind of stick to something that doesn't feel right. So, um, where can I find recommendation by subject or department? Yes, so in the advising guide, we have sections by subject, and we worked with the departments to help us identify classes that are suitable for juniors in particular, and classes that make the most sense given what you all might have already studied at DKU. The other really valuable thing in the advising guide is a list of what we call anti-requisites. It's a pretty unique thing, but what that means is that if you have already taken a class at DKU, you should not take a class at Duke that has a lot of content overlap. So if nothing else, definitely check that out because it's important that you don't try to transfer back credit or that you find yourself in a class that's going to be possibly really boring if you've already studied the material before. So the advising guide will help you with that. And then, yes, advanced class searches are also how you will find more information on any particular subject in Duke Hub. Hopefully, you spent enough time when you registered kind of playing with the system, but if you have not, and again, especially if you're uncertain of any classes, definitely go back to Duke Hub and do some more searches using all the different filters that are available to you. Marion, have I missed any questions? Anything else?
I don't think so. I just posted the link
Okay, great.
of the OGE website. Open it and then click support from Duke. And then like you will see the advising guide there and then you can download.
Great. Edison, anything else that you want to add just based on some of the questions so far or personal experience at Duke?
Well, I guess I would say that always seek help. It sounds very cliche, but I think coming into a different environment, some of the cohorts I've interacted with in the past 2 years, they might be a little more constrained to the cohort of DKU students that might be a bit disconnected from the Duke community. I would say just don't be afraid. I think people who make the great connections and the resources are the ones who are not shy about just socializing and both with the professors and students. And also I guess if you meet other Chinese students or students you can identify with on campus, don't hesitate to reach out. I think most of Duke students are super friendly, are very eager to connect with new people. So I think that will do you very well. One semester is very short, so please take advantage of it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Yes, agreed. Don't be shy. Don't wait too long to ask for help, especially from other students, from your professors, from our staff. We truly are here for you guys. So anytime something feels off, you can email our office at dkurelations@duke.edu. If we don't have the answer, we'll know where to find it or we'll point you to the right resource. And we are always eager to know how you guys are doing and happy to meet with you one-on-one and answer any questions or concerns that you may have. So ask for help, yes. And don't feel like I don't know, maybe help is a scary word, but ask for advice. Ask for somebody to kind of direct you if you're unsure. What other questions do you all have? Anything in terms of academics, engagement, and/or anything else? If you weren't there yesterday, or if yesterday's session left you with some questions about student life. Kelsey, did you want to add something? Yes, please.
Yeah, there's a question that just popped up in the chat. When do the dorms close after tests? So dorms close December 16th. So it's the day after finals end, and the dorms close at noon. So keep that in mind when booking flights, or like if you're staying longer, make a hotel arrangement.
Thank you. Super helpful.
Yeah, you might also not have a final exam on the last day, so but always pack ahead of the time. So
Very good tip. Thank you. Yes, you will find that some classes will require a final paper or some other end of term kind of expectation. So if you don't have an exam, a lot of people do leave campus a little bit early, but if you're not sure, definitely don't plan to leave before the last day of finals, but work on cleaning out your room and organizing. And you will receive information from Residence Life about how they expect your room to be left. I want to emphasize while we have a moment the importance of this, and Kelsey, if you want to jump in on this as well. Um, we have had students have cleaning fees added to their bill at the end of the semester because they didn't properly clean their space when they left. Um, they do take this quite seriously at Duke. So I'm not sure what the expectation is at DKU, but I highly encourage you when you get that email about move out to read it and to not assume that you'll pack what you need and you'll sort of leave the rest behind in your room and that will be okay. It will not be okay. You will get a fee for that. So, Kelsey, anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I would just add on, do not leave anything, even like a singular piece of trash, you will receive a charge for. If you leave something hanging on the wall or your door, like all of that will incur charges. So if there's even multiples of small things, it may seem like not a big deal at the time as you're walking out, but when you get the bill, it will feel like more of a big deal.
Yeah, and along the same lines, you may have things that you think are not trash and somebody can use them, but from a staff perspective, that still means that somebody has to deal with it, take it, figure out what to happen with it. And so, if it's something that you think is useful and you're leaving it in your mind for somebody else, we'll communicate ahead of time as to what, if anything, we can arrange in that regard, but don't leave things in your room. Don't mean to make this scary, but we did have quite a few students get billed one semester and they were surprised and unhappy. And we as an office were not able to do a whole lot about it because it is staff time for housing team to go in there and take care of things. Any other questions? That was a great question and really, really important for you guys to think ahead, especially if you plan to travel in the US. The other thing to know, if you're not aware of this, there is a very small fall break. It's not a very long period, but it is kind of like a long weekend plus a Monday, Tuesday usually. So if you are thinking about traveling, KSAC can be a resource for that. There may be other organized activities through Rec and PE if you're into camping or outdoors things. Um, Fall is usually beautiful. We can have really high temperatures in August and September at Duke. It's still hot, but by October it gets really beautiful. So if you're interested in traveling, again, we're happy to talk to you about what is kind of reasonable to do in 4 or 5 days. Any other questions, you guys, on any topic at all? So if we don't have other questions, we can wrap up a little bit early. This is it for our virtual orientation. So you know what to expect next. We have, I believe, two more pre-arrival newsletters. So please keep an eye out for those in terms of additional resources and information that you all will receive from us before arriving. Don't be shy about sending questions. If anything from yesterday, immunization or otherwise related, is still kind of lingering out there, feel free to send questions and we can help you with those. Otherwise, we will see you when you arrive on campus for move-in and in-person orientation. And we all look forward to working with you while you're at Duke.